SIP content inside. SIP content inside. Yeah. See, for example, if you're using collections management, which is also part of FSCM, so you'll be assigning this rules, the collection management role. If you're using credit management, we also have UKM. I don't know whether they have activated it or not. See, this is UKM 000. So again, we'll keep, in S4HANA, just remember, whatever the changes, whatever the business partners we create, we'll be just assigning the roles. And based on the roles assigned, the system would behave differently. It's only at the customer end or the vendor level, we are just creating the vendor account groups because we also need these vendors for our business postings. To post our customer invoices or vendor invoices, we are just creating those groups. And what we're telling to systems that when we create a business partner, at their backend also create a vendor or a customer with the same name or with a different name, because we want to post those invoices. But apart from that, all the configuration settings we just do with reference to these roles only. You assign these roles, and then that way the system would manage would I mean this business partner would behave differently. For example, the moment I link up this credit management, you will see some additional this two tabs got added, credit profile and this credit worthiness data, which are not there if I just go and assign, if I just go and select FLVN 00. Just FLVN, FLVN, where is FLVN? FLV, FL, yeah. So just remember, we are just creating the account groups, but apart from that, we are not doing any other settings at the customer level or the vendor level. We used to do that settings in ECC, but in S4HANA, if you go through the configuration, we only just created the vendor account groups or the customer account groups, and we did the numbering settings. But apart from that, whatever the things we did it at the business partner level only. And the reason we are doing that customer and business and vendors is because when we post, the system would ask you for a customer ID or a vendor ID. So that's the reason we are creating the customer account. We are creating the customers and the vendors. But apart from that, it is again, whatever the settings you do come and do at this level, and not you'll not go and do changes at the FK03 or XK03. You will not be creating vendors using FK03 or SK03. For example, if the moment I put FK01, which is usually used for creating the vendors, it says redirecting to transaction BP as FK01 is absolute. It's only for viewing will be able to use it, but still if I use FK03 over display, the moment I just enter the details, for example, and the company code was T001. The moment I give and I select these details, again this will go back to my BP screen. The moment I press, and it will again saying redirecting to transaction BP as transaction FK03 is absolute. So we are just creating the customer groups or vendor groups, but apart from that, all the configurations we are doing at the BP level only. So we don't do so we will not be doing any additional settings, like we will not be creating customers or vendors. We will only create business partners, and based on that business partner settings, the customer or the vendor will be created automatically.
Okay, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you.
So just remember, FK says customers are vendors only for posting the invoices, and that too we will just create only the account groups. That's it. Account groups and number ranges, because in the BP configuration we have to do that one integration point, that is we have to specify whether you want to use a same number range or a different number range, and based on that setting the system would create a business. When the system is creating a business partner, the system will also create a customer or a vendor automatically. Just only for that we are using this customer and vendor, but apart from that all our configurations are done at the business partner level only. Today also we'll go through that the same thing, that is we'll do the BP settings for for the customers. So once we do that, we'll do only two settings at the customer level, but all the other settings will be done only at the business partner level. This FK03 or FK01 or XK03 or XD01, this would hold goods in ECC, but once you move to S4HANA or S4HANA, you will not be using this transaction code. The moment you press enter, I mean if you enter the transaction codes, it will give you a message saying that transaction code, I mean it will redirect it to business partner transaction code. It will give you it will give you information message saying that transaction FK0 is absolute. So today we will start this accounts receivable part. So what are the settings we did in accounts payable? It would be a replica of it would be a replica. I mean, what are the settings we do at the accounts payable level? We will do the same settings in accounts receivable also. The reason is that there we had the customers, and now here we'll have there we had the vendors. Here we'll have the customers. But apart from that, will have most of the settings would remain the same. I mean, the business partner configuration part, the payment terms part, and also this one the reconciliation account. Same thing with advance to here. There we used to get advances from vendors. Here we'll get advances from customers. We'll see that settings also. And same thing on sales tax, that here there whenever we bought something from our vendors, we were collecting taxes. But here we will whenever we do sales, will be we'll be collecting the taxes from the customers. So we'll see those settings. Only thing is that withholding taxes is applicable only for vendors and not for customers. But if it is also applicable for customers, the same setting holds good. The only thing is that you will go and you will I mean based on the business requirement, you will be doing the settings. But the same settings will hold good uh, for your for your customers also. But I've not seen that any place where we deduct withholding tax on customers. As of date, I've seen only for vendors. So that's the reason. I mean, so that apart from that change, we most of the configurations whatever we did in for vendors, the same configuration holds good for customers also. So we will see the first step in accounts receivable would be creation of customers, because customers is the base. Then only we'll be able to do some sales. I mean the FI sales, the normal sales. But usually the sales would happen from the SD module. But we'll see that in FI SD integration part. But so since we are still in the learning phase, that is at the AR level, we'll do the normal sales without any materials and see what are the basic configurations which are required to do a sales for a customer. To do a sales, we need some business partners. So we initially will be creating the business partners, and then we will post some transactions, and then we'll see the configuration part. I mean the other configuration parts. So to create a business partner, the first step is that we'll be creating the account groups. So hope you remember that when we did the vendors also, we first initially created the vendor account groups. Here also we'll create the customer account groups. So the path is SPRO. SPRO IMG financial accounting, accounts receivable, customer accounts, master data, preparations for creating vendor master data, sorry, for customer master data, define account groups with screen layout. So just click on new entries. See the account groups are nothing but this is a base where you can classify your customers. So the vendors you can classify based on your requirements such as domestic or foreign vendors or regional vendors, or you can classify based on the intercompany vendors or external vendors. So similarly, you can also classify your customer account groups. So you can say domestic customers or international customers or intercompany customers. So for each one, you can create one account group, and then you can classify your vendors. Again, this would be a business decision. How they want to classify your customers, uh, or it might be wholesaler or a retailer or a bulk buyer. Or, I mean, it was. I mean, the settings remain the same, but it's at the business decision how many account groups the business users will be using to classify your customers. So based on the account group, they will assign some values, like they'll specify the recon account, they'll specify the payment terms. So that is, for each group of customers, they might have different recon account, they might have different payment terms. So so they will so it again all the configurations will depend at the account group level. So we'll create one account group for our customers with name T001. Again, you can give 4-digit character T001 account group. You can give any name for. Just click on save. So this is our first step. So we have created one account group. Just go back one step. Second step is define the number ranges. So just click on this create number range for customer accounts. In this scenario, for customers, we'll not do the same number range. We'll see how system would behave differently. So we'll just pick up any number range which is available, freely available, and then we'll see the settings. So just click on this change documents. Right? Sorry, change intervals. Click on this icon, insert icon. If you want to know what are the freely definable, what are the available intervals are there, just click on this icon. It will tell you what are the free intervals that are available. So I will select this one, 42004012 So I will set T1. Click on execute. Already just T2. Okay, up till T3 it's used, so we'll use T4. So the system is telling that already somebody has used this number in T1, T2, T3. So we'll use T4. Let me click on again on this free number range intervals. Let me go back. Click on this change interval. Click on this free interval icon and determine no. Yeah. So I'll just say T5 and just click on continue. So this is our number range. Click on save. It's giving a message saying that number ranges are not transportable. So you have to maintain the setting in each and every client. So just remember that this setting you will do on every client. That is, number ranges are not transportable. So you have to maintain this setting, I mean this number ranges in each and every client. That is in your development, in your quality and as well as in your production client. Click on save, click on save. Just go back. So at the customer level, and third step is assign number ranges to customer account group. So whatever the account group you have defined, I'll be assigning this number range. So this is our account. This is the T02 is ours one. So I will assign T5 is the number. That is the number range that I've created, and just click on save. Initial is number, right? So this is the three settings that we do at the customer level. That is, we created an account group. We assigned the number range, and then we defined a number range, and we have assigned the number range to our customer account group. So this is the only setting we do at the master data level. The reason is that because in my next configurations, I have to when I create the business partner configuration, I have to specify what would be the number range with which the customer has to create it. So only for that reason, I'm just doing these three settings. That is, I'm creating a customer account group, a number range, and I'm sending that number range to that customer account group. So this is the only setting that I do, and the rest of the settings are done at the business partner level. So we'll move to business partner. The same path, SPRO, cross application components, SAP business partner, basic settings, number range and grouping, define number range. Click on change interval. Same thing, click on this free intervals. So to know what are the intervals that are available. So we'll select this one, 4500801. I will say T5. Click on continue. Let me check what is the number range is available. So T1, T2, 3, 4, T5, T6 is there. So T7 I will assign. Click, click on again free intervals. T7. Click on continue and just save. Come back one step. Now create again the grouping. So similarly in BP also, you have to define your groups and you have to assign the number range. So we are doing the same step now. Click on new entries. Give some name, BP account group. BP account. Give your company code for your easy identification and the number range, whatever defined in the previous step. So we defined T7. So we'll just assign that. Just click on save. So now what we did, we have created one group, one customer account group at the customer level, and now we have created one account group at the business partner level. So the next step would be just linking up both this account, the customer account group and the BP account group. That's it. So that is the next step. So go to where is this? Cross application components. master data synchronization, customer vendor integration, business partner settings, setting for customer integration, field assignment, field assignment for customer integration, define number range assignment from direction from BP to customer. So remember, it means that when I'm creating my business partner, the customer would be created. So we have to select the first one. In ECC, we had the option that is in ECC, when we used to migrate from EC2 to S4HANA, we had the customers, so we used to do the settings at the bottom level. So since we are doing a greenfield implementation, that is a new implementation, we'll always be selecting direction from BP to customer. That is, the moment you create a business partner, the system has to create also a customer. So always select, we have to select this, the first one, direction from BP to customer. That is, when you're creating a business partner, the system has to create a customer at the back end. So select this key, click on new entries, and now we will do the link up. That is, the account group that you defined at the customer level and the account group that you defined at the BP level. So just come down, select the customer account group, that is T002, T002. T02, T06. What was the account group we created? T06 or T02?
T002, sir.
T002 only, right? I mean, there were another entry, so I got confused. And here we created, this is the customer account group. So we'll just, so this is T002. So this is the one which I've created. Press enter. Just click on save. So I'm not selecting same number just because both the number ranges are differing. So if I select, I will get an error message. If I select, it will give me error message. Say because both are using different numbers. Just remove this and click on because I'm using a different number range. So if I select this, it will giving me it's giving a message. So I've just unchecked it and saved it. So we are done with the configuration. That is, we initially created a customer account group. We defined a number range. We did the link up. Second, similarly, at the BP account group, I defined the number range. I've created an account group, and now at this step, I have linked up this account group, and I'm telling the system that whenever I'm creating a BP at the backend, system has to create the same. I mean, it has to create a customer. So we're done with the settings. We will see uh, we'll try to create a business partner, and whether we'll see whether system is creating the customer at the back end or not. Same transaction code is BP. So BP holds good for all customers, for all business partner. It has changes settings. We'll always use business partner transaction code. So click on organization, select your grouping from the drop down list. So we had T002, that is, this is the one. It will initially we have to create with a general role. So I will say company. Just you can give any a name. Give the street and the street details. Street one. Give the language and just save. You cannot create a vendor with grouping T002. You cannot create a one. I suspect that. Just give me a minute. I want to see my group whether I've defined it correctly or not. SAP business partner. Cross application components. SAP business partner settings. Numberage and grouping. Define number range. Define grouping and assign number range. I want to check whether it's T002 or T005.
I think it's T005, sir. Sorry, I only told you.
And I just wanted to see. No, it's not. No, it's
Correct,
no,
sir.
I've not.
Is it
No, T002 only. Yeah, this is T002 only.
number range?
I will just T002. Okay, you have linked it correctly only. You cannot create a vendor with grouping T002. But I have not even defined it. One T0 group, BP group. Somebody did something as well. Control S. You cannot create a vendor with grouping T002.
Customer, no, sir. Why it's showing vendor?
That's what I'm also thinking. Just give me a minute. SAP IMG, financial accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, customer account, master data, define account groups, account group is T002.
Sir, unable to see the screen.
You're not able to see? No, it's still there, right? For all or for only for view?
No, sir, now okay.
No, we were able.
No, I just opening in a notepad just to make a note. That's it, nothing else.
Sir, I think while saving, you didn't save it in the correct company, sir. I
We'll
have
see.
seen that.
Yeah, we'll just do it one more time. I mean, we'll see that settings and then we'll do it. Just give me a minute.
Yeah,
So
because I think it was reflecting my company's name when you were saving it.
okay, we'll just see it one more. We'll see it. So the first thing is what I've created customer account group T02. The number is T5 and it's correctly linked. That is for T002. The link up is done correctly at the customer end level. We'll see at the business partner end now. Probably that might be the issue. We'll just check it out. So it's again cross application components. SAP business partner, basic settings, number range and grouping, define number range. T7, I have not that T7 is my number. BP, BP, uh, BP. T7 is the number. Define grouping and assign number ranges. PQRST. Here it is defined as T002 and I have linked the number as T7. So let me go back. Go to master data synchronization. Customer event integration. Business partner settings. Setting for customer integration. You have to select we have to select the first one, that is direction from BP to customer. Okay. Let us see now what we have selected, what we have maintained it. PQRST. Here it is correctly linked T02 and T02. But why I'm not seeing the other entry?
No, sir. I think while saving, you saved it in my company group, sir. Because of that,
No. We have not linked to any company code till now.
no. While saving, sir. While saving,
Okay.
it should go into your company. No, sir. It went into my company. That's the reason it's showing as vendor group.
You're saying here you're saying no, here we have what till now what we did is we are not linking our customer account groups to our we don't link our group account groups to any company code. So it's only just we are just grouping it. So let me
But
delete
somewhere
this.
you have saved it, sir. The customer group or BP group you have saved somewhere after defining.
Just give me a minute. One more time
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do it.
Yes, sir.
D, just D. Where is D?
Sir, both are T2, sir.
T2 only. This is the group. This is the account group, and this is the
Right.
this
Right.
is the BP group, and
Yeah.
this is the account group. Just give me a
Got it,
minute.
sir.
It should not give me as it should not give us, but let me just try it one more time. Flash and BP, date and organization, same thing. Two account group only, right? You cannot create a vendor with the group into. Probably somebody has done some changes at the back end, but let me just check. Because we did the same settings what we did for our vendors. Let me just do one more time. Business partner general. Somebody has did something and now it's causing error. See here, same thing, it's with the same name, but let me just check. It's not a config issue. Somebody has done some changes at the back end. Just we'll see it one more time. The direction to BP. SAP business partner settings. Also, yeah. See, somebody has linked this to FLVN00. Therefore, we are getting this error message. For this is the general role. We should not be linking this one. Somebody is playing with this one. Someone who is practicing here. They are playing with this one, and I think that is why the reason we are getting this error. It should not be linked. This is a general role. We should not be linking to vendor. Somebody has linked it to the vendor, and we are getting that error. Again, this will cause unnecessary. It will cause issues while practicing. Now it should not come. We'll see now. So we are selecting 00. Give company code as come. I'm selecting it as BBB. Stream 1. Click on save. We'll see whether if any message comes. So it says that so it was not our configuration issue. Some person has wrongly put that role with that. So that's the reason we are getting that error message. So I've removed that role
Sir, where
again
did you
and
get
again.
that error, sir? Where did you check that error?
Here in this roles, see somebody what it did for, see we're trying to create with 00, and somebody has put the role category as FLVN. FLVN 00 is for vendors. So it should not,
Yes.
you should, somebody just played around here and he did that change. So usually in product, see this is a test system, so apart from us, lot many people will be working, will be playing around with this SAP. So that's the reasons so we'll get a lot of errors. So I just fix this one. It should be always 00. It cannot be different one. So
How did you come to this screen, sir? BP
same
roles
thing here.
screen?
Just go here, the BP roles.
Here. Okay, fine. Got it. Okay, sir. Here we.
So just play around. I also just checked it. Since it is related to business partner, I just came and just checked it. So now we have the business partners created. What I will do is I'll again go to my change mode, and I will select the what you call the FLVN 00 was for custom for vendors. So similarly, what SCP has given one more role for customers, that is FLC 00 FLC. So select FLC 00 FLC. So this is the role that is for financial customers. That is for only for FI customers, we have to select this role FLCU 00. The moment you select a role, you will get this company code icon. Click on this company code. Same thing, whatever we did there in our what do you call in BP in vendors, we will do the same thing here also. Click on company code. Give your company code T001. Select customer, click on adopt. I have to give a recon account. So right now I've not created recon account. What I will do, I will first create a recon account and I will come again and I'll assign here. So recon account, you hope you remember, since customers and vendors are entered at individual level, so we have to create recon account. So this with this recon account, I can know what is the total due or what is the total amount to be received from all my customers, or the amount that is, or the amount that is due from my customers, or the amount due to my vendors. So based on this recon account, I can know it. So always remember, for asset master, for your customer master, and for your vendor master, we should always have a recon account. So first I will create a recon account, then I will come and assign this recon account to this customer. So just go back to FS00 FS00 FS00. So this is our company code. Um, so so I have to create customers. I will create it with advances. 4 series is expense, 3 series is income, cash. So 1 series is our assets. So assets would come under this one. Customer would be come under assets. So 100, 500. Let me create with 100, 500. Click on create. Create the GL account type as balance sheet because customers are balance sheet GLs. Click on asset. Click on sundry debtors account. You can create multiple recon accounts, and based on your requirement, for example, you can create one for local customers, one for your foreign customers, and then then you can link this recon account to your customer master. So come to control data, select recon type as the customers. For recon, it is YB67. So we'll see whether what comes. Recon account. Just click on save. That's it. Copy this number. So now you're able to see. So you can create multiple reconciliation accounts based on your requirement, and you can select from the drop-down list. So I'm selecting 100, 500. Press enter and click on save. First edit the standard address, or we're getting one more error now. We'll see what is that error. Okay, language error is there, so I will maintain language as EN. Just click on save. Just go back to your company code, this one. See, in the backend, I have given this account group, that is, if I go back to my Excel sheet, I have given T5 as the account group and T7, and for T5 I maintain number range. So I'm told the system that whenever I'm creating a number with T7, whatever the BP is getting created, please create a customer with a different number range. So what system did, when I clicked on save, system has created a business partner with this number, and at the back end, system has created a customer with this number. So this is the link up, that is, the moment I created a business partner, system has created a customer at the back end. And you can see the series is 4200401. If I go back to my account group, where is this account group? SPRO. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So SPRO, financial accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, customer accounts, create number range for account groups. We created it with so we created the account group with T5. So let's see what is the number range that is available for T5. I'll go further down. T5. T5, the number is 4200401. Created business partner. System is created at the backend with the same number range based on the configuration what I specified. So this is how you have to understand it. So if you want to know for which business partner what is the customer or vendor, you will come here to this setting and you can find the number here. So you can understand that for this business partner, the system has created this customer. Since we have not used the same number range, same number option, therefore you're seeing it differently. Any questions till whatever we covered till now? We are just
linking up
BP.
Sir, when we are linking up the vendor group with BP grouping, sir, there is a field called flexi group beside external group. What is that, sir?
Just let me check that also. But this is fine, right? I mean, you're able to understand how this number is getting determined, right?
Yes.
This is so the moment you're creating a business partner, based on the backend settings, that whatever we give the number, the system is creating a customer with the same. If you want to create with the both name, you have to ensure that the number range you should select with the same number range, and you have to select. Then only that option would work. If you give a different, and if you want to know what is the customer number, you should come to this place, that is a company code, and then you will be able to find what is the corresponding customer number for this BP number. And this is how you'll be giving the recon account. So we'll see that now, flexible number range. I also not worked on.
Yeah. While generating a statement, like customer statement, so which number it will pick, sir? Like, BP number or customer number?
It will pick up only customer, because when I'm posting invoices, I'm not entering business partner number, I'm entering the customer number.
Okay, sir.
You remember, we'll see this also. When I try to
Yes, sir.
post this number, I will not enter this number. I always have to enter this number. If I enter
Yes,
this
sir.
number, it will give me a message saying that there's no customer with that number.
Okay,
For
sir.
example, I will see that also. FB, if I okay, numbers are not created, but still the system would give me message. For example, if I'm trying to post invoice, if I enter this number, you see what message will come. This is the company code is T001. It says customer 450080 is not defined in company code T001. So it will understand only this number, not this number. So if I enter this, it will move further. It will move to next screen. See, it's moving to the next screen. So system understands customer, not the business partner. So when I'm posting any customer invoices or my vendor invoices, I'm giving customer ID, not my business partner ID. So therefore, it's I mean the business has an option either to use the same number range or different number. If they use a different number range, this is the place they will come and check what is the vendor ID for this business partner number. Yeah. So we'll see that setting what you just asked
Right.
me. Let me go back. Let me go back. Customer financial accounting. Cross application components. Business partner. Basic settings. Things. Customer vendor integration. Setting for customer integration. It says you cannot select same numbers and flexing at the same time. Same number because strict mapping of business model customer matching number range by default system. Yeah. Same numbers equals strict number. Same number we know, but it doesn't speak about this one. Just give me a minute. What would happen if I select flexible grouping? Enable flexible handling of account groups and customer numbering. Selecting this will change the system behavior as follows. You cannot select same numbers and flexible at the same time. Okay. Select same numbers requires strict mapping, which we know. By default, the system displays existing grouping and changeables. Customer. It doesn't speak about what is the use of flexible grouping. Let me check if some documentation is here. No, here also since there's no documentation. No, something came it. No, there's no. I will just check because even I have not worked on this one. But usually we always, I mean, either we select the same number range, but I've not, but I've not checked, not worked on this one flexible grouping. But let us try to create one more vendor, one more BP, and see if something new comes up. Let's see. I'll create one person now. I'll just maintain the language. My language is not coming. Okay. Let me save this one. We'll see if it works different. I don't see anything. Okay. And just again go back. Select FLCU 00. Our role FLCU 00. Click on company code. Switch company code. T001. Customer. Adopt. Comes in. Customer account group field not maintain FI. Customer assignment selection. I have to see that. I think we are getting an error when we're trying to save. But I'll just check Deepak on that one. Even I'll just try to check in my SAP notes. If I find some information, I'll share it with the team. But I don't have an idea. I've not worked on this one. Let me remove it and try saving it. And then we get some. Yeah, that error is now. If I remove that error, that checkbox, that error is going off. I will see that. How we can do that. So now again it has created it. I will see that what is the purpose of that flexible number range. If I find some information, I will share with the entire team. But usually either we put either the same number range or a different number range, and you always can come and see what is the for that business partner, what is the corresponding customer number or the vendor number. So we are done with the basic configuration setting, that is creation of business partner. It's just same steps what we did for our vendors. We did the same thing for our customers now. Tomorrow's class we will try to post some invoices. Then then in tomorrow's class we'll do some postings for these customers, and then we'll see this the taxes part. Any questions till now what we have covered in today's class by anyone before we wind up? I will share that document, but I will also check this on this one, this flexible number range, what is the purpose of that, and if I get some information, we'll share it with you.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll stop here and we'll continue it from tomorrow. Yeah.